is the legislature doing to make sure the Labor Commissioner's office is actually enforcing the laws that they are required to?
In collaboration with CalMatters, we've been investigating wage theft in California, employers failing to pay workers what they're owed. Our findings led to a national CBS News investigation.
Now, CBS 13 investigative reporter Julie Watts shows us that wage theft data from across the country reveals how much worse the problem is here.
Yeah, our investigation focused on California. CBS News compiled wage theft records from nearly every other state, modeled after the data we compiled here. Now, by comparison, California victims have to wait twice as long for a decision in a wage theft case, and they're less likely to get paid even after they win, revealing just how badly the Department of Labor is failing Californians. Growing up, Antonio Dominguez says he loved cars.
Como que cumplí ese deseo de estar con carros.
So he says washing cars for a living was a bit of a dream fulfilled, until his paycheck suddenly shrunk. In 2019, the Labor Commissioner's office found the Playa Vista car wash failed to properly pay Antonio and 63 others. The state very publicly issued its largest ever wage theft fine against a car wash business. But Playa Vista appealed and is now negotiating a settlement. 3 years later, the workers are still waiting for the money the state says they earned.
Have a good day.
And they're not alone. In addition to large-scale enforcement action by the Labor Commissioner's office, Californians filed tens of thousands of individual wage theft claims a year, totaling more than $500 million since 2017. The most common victims? Low-wage workers, often women, immigrants, and people of color. So for 17 years, you never got a raise.
Nunca me aumentaron siempre.
This is a photo of Eloisa's kids when she began working at a local Jack in the Box franchise. These are her kids today. Her daughter now drops her off at work because Eloisa still can't afford her own car.
Muy difícil. Very hard.
She says she loves her job at Jack in the Box, but after 17 years of loyalty, all while making minimum wage, she says she just learned she was legally entitled to take breaks.
Ahí no nos decían.
Wage theft comes in many forms. Maybe an employer asks you to work off the clock, takes your tips, doesn't pay you overtime or for missed breaks. Eloisa estimates her unpaid wage claims over just the past 3 years would be enough to buy her own car.
Para mí es mucho.
But in California, Eloisa may never be able to collect. CBS News found nationally wage theft victims had to wait around 6 months for a decision in their case, and the majority eventually got paid. In California, the median wait time is more than a year, and most don't get paid even after they win.
Frustrante.
The problem, while state law requires claimants get a hearing and a decision in their case in under 135 days, a CalMatters data analysis finds it actually takes closer to 500 days, and there are many cases still pending, meaning the Labor Commissioner's office is violating state law. But maybe worse, the data shows 5 years after winning those judgments, only about 1 out of 7 people were actually paid in full. So real talk here, what's it going to take? In response to our reporting, Assemblymember Ash Kalra says he's working on new wage theft legislation, and so is State Senator Maria Elena Durazo.
We as legislators have to take responsibility for trying to pass laws that have more teeth in them.
But critics argue California already has more wage theft laws than any other state. The Department of Labor just isn't enforcing them or can't keep up. The Labor Commissioner's office denied repeated interview requests, but in an email said they're working to strengthen and expedite the wage claim adjudication process, using new enforcement tools to maximize recovery and filling vacancies as quickly as possible. What is the legislature doing to make sure the Labor Commissioner's office is actually enforcing the laws that they are required to?
Well, we have to make sure they have the resources.
In the wake of our original reports, the governor's proposed state budget now includes a significant increase of more than $17 million specifically to address the backlog and wait times identified in our reports.
Tenemos que hablar.
But for now, Eloisa and Antonio are among the tens of thousands who continue to wait for the state to enforce the many wage theft laws already on the books.
Now, neither Eloisa nor Antonio's employers provided a response for our stories. Both of their cases are ongoing.